So heading into Abselom Station, as you're leaving behind this little troop of gang members who are still going back, like trying to one up each other in conversation, trying to goad each other to try to go towards this door again in this probably endless stream of people continuously trying to get through the door. You head down away from Fardock into Abselom Station proper, and it's here where you start to get hit by the sort of medley of smells that a very high density sort of pocket of civilization has. You can see, at least in the arms, the area you're in now, which is the sort of skeletal structural area on the outside of the station itself, is where there's a fair amount of, not so much impoverished, but certainly not wealthy people tend to live. And it's here where you immediately, Maku, can definitely just smell this non-stop wave of very diverse foods as shopkeepers or like food stands essentially are nestled into the side of these corridors, just trying their best to make a living, selling some pretty exotic stuff, some which might just be station rats, some might be actually imported from elsewhere. It's really impossible to tell, and you probably can't taste the difference, but it smells pretty decent at the very least. You can see that there are, in the sort of middle distance area before you get into the main sort of doorways that go into what's known as the Eye, the main dome in the center of Abselom Station, there's a couple of little shops set up, but these are like touristy trinket shops. There's people trying to sell like, basically the guy with the trench coat full of watches. It's that kind of shop that you can all immediately see is the place trying to prey on people who are coming in to stations. Probably just what those gangers were doing as well. You could, if you would like, go anywhere as you want in Abselom Station. You could go try to find some place to find lodging for the night, find food, find work, or go to Lorespire Complex, which you're hoping is going to have a meeting waiting for you. You do know that Percival is sort of setting up a couple of different key places you could go try to meet to try to sell off some of the scrap you have, but I do want to pass it off to you all, as you're standing now in what is essentially a pretty bustling, touristy type area in the outskirts of Abselom Station, where you want to go, what you want to do.
I will add quickly, as they were walking, Nival would have bought something from one of the food vendors for Maku. She wouldn't have any idea what it is, just like, yeah, this.
The first food you see.
Just kind of like quietly hand it to him.
I'm gonna take it, but then I can smell something like really, really intense, like, I will be right back. And I'm gonna just run with like, one of my hands has whatever Nival gave me. I've got like
lizard on a stick.
4 of my arms still holding my lock, and then I'm just like hobbling to wherever.
I'm gonna follow Maku just to make sure.
You're going to find like you're following your nose?
Yeah, I want the most intense smelling food item.
Yeah, you pretty quickly, you're like trying your best to keep up because the little tiny Maku is running as quick as they can, but as you sort of slapstick your way through this pretty dense crowd, you eventually find what is essentially like deep fried ice cream is basically what this person is selling, but it's like this weird thing where you can flavor the individual like serving that you're getting, and as soon as you round the corner, you're greeted by almost a skitter stop as you look up and realize the person behind this particular little kiosk is bigger than Thurgood. They're a four-armed species known as a showbad, which are great big giant sort of nomadic desert dwelling people, generally speaking. Great big giant tusks coming out of their mouth. They're otherwise sort of pallid, dark gray skin. But as you sort of round the corner and stop and go all wide eyes, they immediately look down at you. I know exactly what flavor you want.
Oh!
Just by looking at you. Do you want to look at the menu, or should I just go with my gut?
Oh, go with your guts. I'm very excited.
You come running around the corner, or not running, but around the corner around that time, as this great big giant showbad is literally using his hand to essentially scoop ice cream out into this giant cone. As you sort of, it looks at you. You don't need any of this, but for your little one here, one of everything. And they start to like drizzle various like dyed things over this ice cream, and then sort of unceremoniously dip the entire hand with the cone into a deep fryer. You can just hear of it sizzling, but it doesn't seem to bother him at all. For whatever reason, his physiology completely allows him to be fine. After just a couple of seconds, the hand comes off dripping with oil, and you see this like ball of deep fried stuff. It's about the size of your head, essentially, and he hands it out towards you.
I'm gonna like drop my lock so there's like only one arm maybe
I'll,
two.
I'll take the
and he's
lock.
gonna, like,
I'll just lean over and
just gonna grab it with all of his hands. I'm gonna move my lizard on a stick to maybe one of my bottom hands. And just...
Sure. That'll be 2 credits, please.
Okay, here you go.
You sort of transfer over money. I think you're going to enjoy it. Probably. As soon as you bite in, there's this weird thing. Anybody had deep fried ice cream before?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's that weird thing where you like break through the crust and yet it's really cold on the inside. Yeah. It's absolutely delicious. And it does taste like pretty much everything you've ever eaten all at once.
Maku's eating a lot of things.
This is the most delicious.
Hot garbage with cold garbage inside.
Yeah, most people don't like all the flavors all at once, but I know you're a type. I know you do. Or everybody else would just taste the worst. Swamp water's what Skidamander's like. I get it.
It's delicious. It's the best. It's the best. What do you call this again? You put the ice cream in the hot, and it makes it not. It's weird.
We just call it good.
Yeah, it's the goodest good. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem at all. Anytime you want to come back. Julieta is the name of this shop. That's my name. And we'll call the food the same thing.
Okay. Is there anybody like waiting in line?
No.
I'm just gonna like sit and bury my face into it.
I'm switching sword, lock in one hand. I'll scoop up Maku with the other hand while he's eating, and then start walking back to the crew. It's like weird, like
Yeah, just grabbing. Like,
weird metal purse lock.
The rest of you, in just a couple of minutes, Maku has not only disappeared but reappeared with Navel, just stuffing their
Ice
face.
cream's literally dripping off of my fur.
He's in there somewhere.
Do you guys want some?
I'm gonna break off a piece from the back.
I'm assuming it doesn't
Give you an
really
air
smell
hole?
that great to me.
No, it probably smells like an ice cream parlor, like all
Okay.
the different smells all at once. It might not smell terrible, to be honest.
It is really delicious.
I think I'll hold off for now.
In the meantime,
It's good.
Figure has like wandered off and gotten like an oversized Chinese takeout box of like, dirty rice, essentially.
Sure, yeah.
You're just going to town on that.
One credit, please.
1 credit. Oh yeah.
I'm going to dip my lizard on a stick into the ice cream. Just
Oh man.
Oh, boy. Yep.
I'm gonna go find one of the machine
Mm.
dispensers.
You going for one of your
Yep.
number combos?
Yep.
You love it so much. It tastes exactly like it does on the ship,
Perfect.
although slightly more fresh. To say the
Perfect.
least.
Doc, what's the matter with you? Come on. This is like our one opportunity.
All I know, man.
I mean, yeah, but that's precisely why I like planet side, or station side food. Where you can get it. I mean, what are the odds that these kiosks would also be like synthetic food?
I can tell you that the ice cream Maku is eating and the lizard, we've decided, is certainly real.
Mm-hmm.
I would say like maybe 30% of the stuff is probably like purely synthetic goo that's been made to look pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of it might be actual food.
Yeah, gotcha.
I'd look around, find a place that has like a moderate line, so it looks like pretty popular, but I'm not going to be waiting forever, and I'd get whatever they have on the
Yeah,
menu.
sure. It's basically like a cheese dog.
Okay, fair.
Basically what you're getting. I mean, station food.
Yeah.
This is like literally the truck stop
Yeah.
area of
Yeah.
this giant station. So 1 credit, please. Okay. Get yourself that.
I want to look for like a noodle shop of some kind. Maybe I'll poke through good. Did they have noodles over there?
Oh yeah.
All right.
All kinds of things.
Point me in the right direction.
That guy.
All right.
With the squint.
That guy with the squint. There I go.
That squid guy with the squid.
Squid with the squint.
There actually is a squid species.
There we go.
In this thing. So 1 credit, please. You can go ahead and buy yourself some
All right.
noodles. So essentially, as all of you are now sort of gathering in the middle of what we're going to call a food court with your chili dog noodles, rice, goo, and deep fried lizard stuff. Navel, do you want anything? I mean, you don't need food,
I
but
am unable to eat. I have no mouth.
fantastic. So you all sort of just gather with your various diverse foods on display and begin to partake